The Beta Birdwood's coming up again. Jenny and I really appreciate our family joining in the Beta Birdwood. We all enjoy it so much. And we're preparing the 1912 Model T Ford, which I've had for 14 years. It meant a lot to me to get that vehicle, simply because my father started selling Model T Fords in 1926. And so I put it to the family, we've got to find a name for this vehicle. My grandson came out of the blue with the name Henry. Henry for Henry Ford. Couldn't get a better name. Henry Ford invented the production line and virtually halved the price of the car by streamlining it in that way. He wanted to do the right thing for the general public in giving them a vehicle they could afford and something easy to maintain and therefore get many more people on wheels. The Ford T was then named the People's Car. And because it was so successful, it ran for 1908 to 1927 with no change whatsoever in the transmission and engine for all those years. The beginning of our business started by my father, and as a fully qualified dealer for the Ford T cars, lorries and Fords and tractors. Dad built his business around service. He always said, you've got to have a good stock of spare parts and service available quickly for people. In 1964, the Ford dealers had a chance to go right around the world. They went to America and were introduced to Henry Ford II. And I've got a photo of my father shaking hands with Henry Ford II. When the T model was going, Ford was written on a sign based on it looks like an eagle with his wings spread. Dad was issued with a double-sided enamel sign, which he hung up to show that he was an approved Ford dealer. And I still have that sign. Dad wanted me to be involved in the mechanical side of business. And one day when I was still going to school, he said to me, "Son, I'm going to buy you a car. It won't be going, you've got to get it going and keep it going." He found an old 1927 model Ford T in a farmer's shed. Canopy had fallen in, and in fact there was a chook's nest built inside the car. One Saturday afternoon we went down to this property and I saw my car and we towed it home. I spent weeks, nights, days getting it going with Dad's help to learn how to do things. I decided that I was going to paint it this bright yellow. My friend came around and we decided between ourselves what we'd do is paint one side red and the other side yellow. We'd meet in the middle, and that's exactly what happened. Pretty young and silly in those days, but we had a lot of fun. It was my first courting car, go to dances in it. It was great fun. I decided that I'd like to go in the Beta Birdwood. Well, it was the best thing we ever did. We've had so much fun. Wife Jenny and I, we really have a lot of fun. I think it's probably because we're different. We're the only car painted up like it is with the red and yellow. And we also have a amplifier system going, playing a bit of Dixieland jazz or something like that. And people respect it and they get a lot of fun out of it. Let alone the fun we get to see the response we get from people enjoying it. We get people holding up scorecards, 9 or 10. Henry is completely different because it's in prestige condition. And in 1988, he was a Beta Birdwood concourse winner. There's very few the same as it available in Australia. So we've got a serious car and a fun car. It is very hard driving, as well as I'm constantly waving to people, blowing one of the 4 horns as keeping people amused. In fact, at the end of the Beta Birdwood, we just about collapsed, used up all our energy in a great day. That's the wonderful thing about the Beta Birdwood. Henry designed the Model T to serve the public, and it got the name the People's Car, and it's no wonder. My father went out of his way to service customers, to keep them happy. It's rubbed off on me. I like to keep people happy and give good service. And Henry, our Model T Ford, is still serving the public today, over 100 years old, by being in the Beta Birdwood, giving people pleasure and seeing that it's still going after such a long time. And when you think about it, that's what the Beta Birdwood is all about. It's serving people and giving people pleasure.